Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to more Snarled videos. This is part 5 of our Snarled videos series of videos. The last one we did was on August 26th, so 2 months ago, basically. And we are finally back with more. This time we will be reacting to 3 Snarled videos called My Deadly Routine, Annie 96 is Typing, and What's Wrong with My Teddy Bear. So, to just quickly go over thoughts on this. For those who haven't seen the other ones, I definitely suggest you do. But just as a quick recap, Snarled are a bunch of short stories that are either based on urban legends or Reddit posts or stories that people tell about their own lives or whatnot. And they're spooky stories. They're obviously mostly fake, especially the stuff that's really supernatural. But they're fun little spooky stories. And I thought, like, we had to at least get to one of these during the month of October, you know? So we're getting to a few here. And I don't know what to expect exactly from these, but let's go over this. So My Deadly Routine. So that could mean a number of things. Obviously, a routine could be in terms of like a daily routine, a life routine, some kind of work routine. It could be a lot of different things. So it's really hard to say exactly what this is in reference to. Annie 96 is Typing. This one has a little more to it that you can parse from the title. Obviously, it's in reference to either someone texting or some kind of online message board or chat room or something like that. With specifically the name Annie 96 and everything, it kind of seems like it's maybe someone that's not like on your immediate contacts list. Rather, someone you're just like kind of connecting with online. Again, through a message board or something, or a chat room. And obviously with the title being Annie 96 is Typing, that could lead to a number of things. From either Annie 96 knowing things about you that they shouldn't, or so on and so forth. And what's wrong with my teddy bear? Kid has a teddy bear, I assume. And weird shit's gonna start happening involving the teddy bear. That could lead to a number of things, whether there's something physically wrong, or whether the teddy bear like starts, I don't know, speaking or doing some weird fucking shit. That's the kind of vibes it gives off in that regard. But it's hard to say without watching them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to watch these and check out these next 3 Snarled videos and hopefully enjoy them, because I really do enjoy reacting to these. Even if not every set is good, even if not every video is that good to me, I do still enjoy just doing this, you know? And since I haven't mentioned it yet, just as a reminder, these are donation rewards for Venom0027. So thank you once again, Venom, for donating for more of these. And hopefully we'll get more in the future as well. Excuse me. But for the time being, we're just going to get into this set. And as usual, we are redirecting it. So everything is down in the description below. But let's get this going. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction. And after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then it fades back in. Everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the videos. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so some interesting ones here. let's just go through them. My deadly routine was definitely the sad one of this bunch. We've had a couple really sad ones before. This was definitely one of those. So it's all about this guy going through a routine and talking about how routines are just a natural part of how your mind works, and that you don't even really notice them until, something happens that breaks them. So dude is going through his routine, and because of how certain things played out, the routine was changed without him noticing. It was he kind of went through a normal routine, but he wasn't supposed to be, basically, because of a few certain factors that he didn't realize until they came up. One, he left his phone on the counter at home. Two, he ended up leaving his daughter in the car because he kind of forgot she was in there because he had his coffee, so he thought he was going to work, and he couldn't see her because she had snuck up behind his seat to avoid the sunlight and everything coming into the car. So he thought he was just going to work, and so he goes to work and only later realizes that he doesn't have his phone. When he gets home, he then realizes, oh crap, I left my daughter at the daycare. Goes to pick her up, realizes the daycare has a sign saying please use the side door, which he doesn't recognize. And so he puts things together and realizes, wait, I did not see that sign this morning, which means I was not here this morning. Meaning I didn't drop off my daughter this morning. But I took her in the car, and on my way home, I smelled something weird in the car. And so he goes back to the car to find his daughter dead. She had fallen asleep and had basically baked in the hot car because it was a really hot day out, and died because of it. And yeah, this one isn't really, I mean, it's scary, but in a very sad way, because it's like, he obviously didn't mean to do that. It was very much unintentional, very much an accident, but it's a horrifying accident that obviously no parent or anyone would ever want to go through. So you really do feel bad for him in that regard. And just knowing that this poor innocent child died because of a stupid little routine mistake is also terrible. So this one got me to tear up a little bit. It definitely made me really sad. But then we get to the more spooky ones. So Annie96 is typing is all about this guy and this girl who are talking on WhatsApp. They know each other, they are close friends, and it's clear that he has some, at least to some degree, a little bit of a crush on her. So they're talking when suddenly she notices someone outside in the garden. They continue talking through this as it's happening, and at first he's not taking it seriously. He thinks she's messing with him, but as he soon starts to realize it's true, he gets more confused because she's telling him, it's you. It looks just like you, has your jacket with your name on it, and he's just like really fucking confused right now. But then it escalates because she reveals that it has broken into the house, and whatever it is not human. And so she's freaked out, hiding in a closet with a knife and just listening to it slowly getting closer while trying to get him to stop thinking about her because she thinks that somehow that's connected. And then, without warning, all of a sudden she's like, oh, thank you, I like you, by the way, I didn't know you felt that way about me. Would you like to come over tomorrow? And it's like her entire mood and the entire tone of her conversation via the texting changed completely. And so it's like, at the end, he questions, like, wait, how do I know this is you? He puts it together. It's like, that's a bad sign that things change that quickly. It's a fairly simple kind of possibly paranormal home invasion kind of thing. It's really simple, really short, really to the point, but it's what it needs to be. It tells a story of, again, possible home invasion, definite home invasion, possible supernatural elements, and the possible murder of a girl. So we don't get like a full conclusion to this one. It's one of the ones that are left open, like so many of these we've seen have been. Instead, it kind of leaves it open, like without us knowing if she ever did die or if that was her in the end. We just don't know. Which in turn is kind of spooky in and of itself. So then we move into the final one of these three. What's wrong with my teddy bear? Little girl is going in for heart surgery. She needs a new heart because hers just wasn't working. And her nurse had been crying a lot lately. People had been like mysteriously off around her. But the surgery does end up going well. And everything just starts kind of working out. But years later, this girl starts hearing a voice from her teddy bear, the teddy bear that she was given by the nurse. And the voice reveals herself as Rosalita, and they start hanging out, start like connecting. No one else can hear Rosalita, kind of view it as maybe an imaginary friend or something like that, but the parents are worried and everything. But the girl's like very invested. They've become like kind of friends, but there are some very worrying, questionable things that Rosalita is saying and doing that even the girl is noticing. But everything seems to go pretty well, and then at 19 years old, when she's still talking to Rosalita through the teddy bear, she's told that when she hits 21, Rosalita will have to leave her, and that she'll be taking her heart with her. It's revealed that Rosalita was the daughter of the nurse who had been crying and who had given this girl her bear. And that she had been sick and had died, and her heart was given to our main girl. And so she's saying that in 2 years, when you reach 21, I'm going to move on. My spirit needs to move on, but I'm taking my heart with me. And every time that the girl asks, Rosalita refuses to answer on whether or not this means she'll die. And it kind of ends there without another one with an open ending that doesn't really explain too much in regards to that or give us any kind of conclusiveness. And the issue here is this one needed something more. While the last one, the Annie 96's typing one, actually works with its inconclusive nature, this one needed to have a conclusive nature, I feel. Having this be inconclusive just makes you feel like you're missing part of the story. At least there needed to be a little something else to buffer it and make it feel like more interesting or concerning of an ending. Like instead of saying it's 2 years, maybe say, like maybe have it to be where the girl is going to be turning 21 in 2 weeks. That would add to the threat level, add to the fear, and maybe show that the girl is having a lot more fears and freaking out about it. And still leave it open, but that would work a little better. The way it was handled, and obviously this story is from like subreddit or whatnot, but the way this was handled was the story ending the way it does, it just doesn't work as well. it kind of like takes away from the scariness, the spookiness when you kind of end it in that manner. Maybe that's just me though. I would say that one was probably my least favorite of this set, personally, just because of the way it ended, kind of hurting it in my opinion. And I would say the best of the set, I would probably say just personally, I would say my deadly routine was the most invested I was in any of these three. Um, but I would say Annie 96 was the more scary one in a more traditional sense of what is scary. Obviously, my deadly routine is a very scary situation too, but it's a much more realistic scary, which in a way actually kind of makes it freakier because it's definitely a thing that could happen to anyone and is would be horrifying to happen to anyone. So my deadly routine is my favorite of the three. It's not as traditionally scary, but is more realistically scary, which gives it a certain leg up in that regard. But in terms of traditional scariness, Annie 96's typing was definitely the most traditionally freaky of the three. But tell me in the comments below, what did you think of these three snarled videos? And we got more coming in the future, so thank you so much once again to Venom0027 for donating. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.